that shoulder highlight for a minute. I mean, highlight on fleek. Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I am an Egyptian. I obviously have a thing going for black wigs right now. I promise it's not my alter ego. I would actually never go black. It's not my color. I was really going for like a super dramatic eye, obviously, and then I just kind of like added a little extra when it came to my lips. I don't really know where I was going with that, but I thought it was kind of fun. I will say the only thing with this look is I wish Senegence had a gold eyeshadow. Oh my gosh, it would have made this like look just a little bit more, a little icing on the cake. I promised that I would use nothing but Senegence products minus mascara because I don't think any other mascara is really worth it other than like a $7 tube from Ulta. So I promised that I would not use any other products aside from Senegence products, which means I had to ignore my gold glitter eyeshadow, which killed me because I wanted to use it so bad on this look. But Shimmer Copper Rose came in clutch for me and still created a beautiful look. If you have missed any of my previous Halloween tutorials, I will leave them linked down below. You can also find me on Instagram to see sneak peeks, previous looks, and just, you know, follow my everyday life if you feel like it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into the video. Hey guys, bet you can't guess what I'm doing first. Starting off just as I have every other look, except this time I decided to save a little bit of time and combine two steps. So I applied my Color Corrected Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Light as well as my foundation in the shade Dewy, and then blended them together with my Morphe M439 brush. I'm getting smart, you guys. And now I'm just going in with Shadowsense in the shade Candlelight, and I'm covering up some blemishes because all these Halloween looks have your girl breaking out a little bit. My face is kind of done, but that's okay. I do it for you guys. Now I'm going in with the shade Snow in my Shadowsense, which is just a bright white, and using that to brighten under my eyes. I do this every single day. I honestly feel so sad on the days that I don't do it. I feel like I look dead and tired, which I am because newborn life. And now I'm going in with the shade Sandstone Pearl and just using that to conceal over that snow. So it tends to look a little intimidating when you first apply snow, but have no fear. As soon as you come in with that concealer, it looks normal. So I am now going in with Blushsense in the shade Bronze, and I'm using a cheap little e.l.f. brush to just kind of contour my nose. I have no idea how to contour a nose correctly, so I could definitely use some tips and tricks and learning in this area, but I wanted a very structured face because I feel like Egyptians have that very bone dense structured look, if that makes any sense. So I'm using my Bronze Blushsense to do that to my entire face. I'm going in with the Real Techniques 303 brush to do so, and then I'm going in here with the shade Rustic Brown in Shadowsense, and I just wanted to kind of create it to be a little bit more of a muddy brown instead of a bronzed brown. So that's why I kind of went in with that color. And then I used that as well in my eyebrows, and I'm just kind of creating a very structured eyebrow as well. But instead of coming to a point at the middle of my brow, I'm trying to create like a curve. I wanted it to be very structured, where my eyebrow starts with a sharp line and a sharp point, and then I wanted it to just kind of flow from there. I decided to spare you in watching me do the other eyebrow. I figured you've seen it once, you have seen it enough. It's just kind of like watching someone do mascara. So now I'm just going in with Bronze Dust in my transition shade. I'm using the Morphe M441 brush to do that. That's my favorite blender brush. I wish I had gone a little bit darker. I ended up at the end of this look going back and just kind of deepening that with Bronze Dust and making it a little bit more bright orange because I wanted it to be darker, and I didn't really pay attention to the fact that I didn't do it dark enough in the beginning. So that is my one tip of advice. Just go ahead and make that deeper when you do it initially. And then I'm going in with the shade Turquoise. This is from the Cowgirl collection that came out recently. I love this color, and this and Bronze Dust together just like scream Egyptian to me. It's like that aquamarine color with gold. It's just picture perfect together. So I am just blending that out and continuing to add pigment. I'm going back in a couple of times, and this brush is like $1, and it worked perfectly. I actually throw these in with your orders occasionally, so be on the lookout for that. Now I'm going in with the shade Shimmer Copper Rose, and I love this color for fall. Oh my gosh, I cannot say enough how much I love this color, and I actually have had several girls buy this and use it as bronzer in their contour liner on their cheeks, which I have yet to try, but I need to. So as I mentioned in the introduction, I truly wish that Senegence had a gold eyeshadow, but my fingers are crossed that they will release one over the holidays, so we shall see. But I just went ahead and applied the Shimmer Copper Rose all over my lid with the wand just to create full pigment. I didn't even go in with a brush over my lid because I wanted to keep that full pigmentation to the color. And then I just went back in with the brush that I'd used for the turquoise and just kind of blended out the lines so there were no extreme harsh lines, even though I do want two totally different shades right here. I want them to keep from blending together completely, if that makes sense, I hope. I feel like I'm really bad at explaining these, so bear with me. But then I went in with Snow under my brow bone just to kind of brighten up the eye and make it really bold. And now I am using one of my favorite products ever, Pearlizer, which is like liquid gold. And I just put that really heavily on my nose, the bridge of my nose and down to the tip of my nose. And then I applied it to the tops of my cheekbones. And I really did that just because I kind of picture like a glow with Egyptians. I guess I just have an image in my head and I'm just always trying to recreate that. And I never really know why or where it comes from or if it even makes sense, but hopefully it does. And I actually did apply that Pearlizer as well on the tops of my shoulders and on my clavicle just to add to it so that when I go back in with that necklace, it really just pops. And then of course I'm going in with the shade Onyx, like my most used Shadowsense for all these Halloween looks. And I'm applying a heavy, heavy liner. You guys, I wasn't sure what direction I was going to go with this, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I think the trickiest part is honestly trying to get both sides to match. It was honestly just really fun to play with the eyeliner and just kind of go with the flow and see what inspired from it. I knew I wanted to do a bold winged look, but then I decided to kind of add these little polka dots at the end, which I thought were really cute. Looking back in retrospect, I probably would have added more just because I could. I spared showing you guys filming the other side because it took me approximately like 2 hours to get the other side to match. Okay, maybe not 2 hours, but I'm a perfectionist, so it took me a while to get them to look the same. And then I went in and added my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. And then I am going in with the shade Bombshell for my lips. I wanted a very, very neutral lip because I don't think of Egyptians wearing bold colors on their lips, only their eyes. So kind of going with that vision. And then I decided to play and have a little random dance party. Don't mind me. I decided to play with a Shadowsense and I put that on the center of my lip. That is the shade Turquoise, the same one I used on the transition shade in my eye. And I was really impressed with how long it stayed. And I wasn't sure how it was going to go. I knew that people had used it before on their lips and that it can be used as lipstick, but I didn't understand how that cream to powder formula would work. It doesn't hold up as long as Lipsense, but it does hold up. I was very, very impressed. I think about 2 hours in, it started to kind of smudge and the black was starting to get a little bit muted, I guess you could say. But other than that, it worked out really well. And then I just topped everything off with matte gloss and I was kind of intimidated to touch my lips together, but lo and behold, nothing smudged or smeared. This makeup is insane, you guys. But this is my entire completed Egyptian look. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to let me know in the comments below and just thank you again for all of your support, you guys.